Chosen ones, God smiled in joy today because you finally did what he always knew you could. Your courage, your quiet strength, your refusal to bend under the weight of the world's chaos, it made the heavens pause. Today, you stepped into a moment that shifted everything, a moment where your heart aligned with the divine plan written for you long before time began. You didn't just act, you became a living testament to his glory, and that's why the Creator is rejoicing. Your journey hasn't been easy. You've walked through storms that would have broken others, faced doubts that could have swallowed your spirit whole. Yet, here you are, standing tall, choosing faith over fear, truth over lies. God sees every tear you've shed, every silent prayer you've whispered, every time you chose to keep going when the world told you to quit. And today, something changed. You did something. Maybe it was forgiving someone who didn't deserve it, standing up for what's right, or simply trusting his voice over the noise. That choice, that single act, sent ripples through the spiritual realm. Picture this: the angels gathered, watching as you made that move. The heavens lit up, not because you chased glory, but because you honored the light within you. God's joy isn't just a feeling, it's a force, a wave of divine energy now flowing toward you. Your obedience, your resilience, it's unlocking doors you didn't even know were there. The struggles you've carried, the burdens you've shouldered, they're starting to lift. You're not just surviving anymore, you're stepping into a season where abundance, peace, and purpose are yours to claim. This isn't about perfection. God doesn't smile because you're flawless. He's rejoicing because you're faithful. You showed up, even when it hurt. You trusted, even when the path was unclear. That's what sets you apart as a chosen one. The world might not see it yet, but the heavens do. Your life is a canvas, and every bold step you take paints a picture of divine victory. You're not just living for yourself, you're a beacon, showing others what it means to walk in truth. Now, pause for a second. Feel that warmth in your chest. That's not just emotion, it's the presence of God, confirming you're on the right path. You're not here by accident. Your choices today, the way you stood firm, the way you loved despite the pain, that's why the Creator is smiling. He sees the warrior in you, the one who doesn't need a sword to win battles, only a heart anchored in faith. And that faith is about to move mountains. If this message stirs your soul, hit that like button to amplify this energy. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls walking this path together. Leave a comment with 777 to declare your alignment with this divine moment. Stay with me, because what's coming next will show you exactly why God's joy is about to overflow in your life. Think about David, a shepherd boy facing a giant. The world saw a kid with a slingshot, but God saw a king in the making. When David stepped onto that battlefield, he wasn't just fighting Goliath, he was defying every doubt, every fear, every voice that said he wasn't enough. Today, you did something like that. Maybe it wasn't a giant with a sword, but it was a choice that silenced the noise in your head. A moment where you trusted God's plan over your own fears. That's what made him smile. Your victory today wasn't loud. It didn't need trumpets or crowds. Maybe it was a quiet decision to let go of anger, to walk away from a fight that wasn't yours, or to trust that provision is coming even when your bank account says otherwise. These moments, small to the world, are monumental to God. They're proof you're not just hearing his voice, you're acting on it. And when you act in faith, the heavens move, resources align, doors open, people shift. Your life becomes a magnet for miracles. You're not like everyone else, chosen one. The world chases fleeting things, money, status, approval. But you're after something deeper. You're seeking the kingdom, the eternal, the truth that outlasts every storm. That's why God's joy is pouring over you right now. He knows you're not swayed by the world's distractions. You're locked in on His purpose, and that alignment is what's about to change everything. Consider Esther, a woman who stood before a king to save her people. She didn't have an army, only courage and a heart tuned to God's timing. When she said, "If I perish, I perish," she wasn't just risking her life, she was surrendering to a divine plan bigger than herself. Your actions today carried that same weight. You stepped out, maybe trembling, maybe unsure, but you moved. And that movement? It's why God is beaming with pride. This joy isn't just a moment, it's a promise. God's smile over you today is a sign that your season of breakthrough is closer than you think. The struggles you've faced, the sacrifices you've made, they're not in vain. They've been preparing you for what's next. A life where lack gives way to abundance, where confusion clears into clarity, where pain transforms into purpose. You're not just a survivor. You're a vessel for divine glory. Let's talk about what this means for you right now. God's joy isn't passive. It's active, alive, moving through your life like a river breaking through a dam. That choice you made today, whether it was forgiving, trusting, or standing firm, has set off a chain reaction. Expect unexpected blessings. Expect connections with people who see your worth. Expect clarity where there was once fog. The Creator's joy is a signal that your life is about to reflect His goodness in ways you can't yet imagine. You might be wondering, why me? Why is God smiling over something I did? Because you're His. You're not random. You're chosen, set apart, called by name. Your life is a story He's writing, and every chapter builds toward a climax of victory. Today's choice was a plot twist, a moment where you leaned into His plan instead of your own. That's why the heavens are celebrating. Look at Noah, building an ark while the world laughed. Every nail he hammered was an act of faith, a defiance of doubt. The world saw a fool, God saw a faithful servant. Your actions today were your nails, your ark, your stand against the flood of disbelief. And just like Noah, you're about to see the promise fulfilled, a new beginning, a fresh start, a life overflowing with God's favor. This isn't about chasing miracles, it's about becoming one. Your life, your choices, your faith, they're a testimony that inspires others. People are watching you, chosen one, even when you don't realize it. Your courage today didn't just make God smile. It's planting seeds of hope in others, showing them what it looks like to trust in something bigger. If this is resonating, take a moment to hit that like button. Subscribe to stand with thousands of chosen ones claiming their divine purpose. Comment 777 to seal this truth in your spirit. Stay with me, because we're about to uncover how God's joy is reshaping your future. Your action today wasn't just a moment, it was a marker. It drew a line in the sand, separating who you were from who you're becoming. God's smile is proof that you're stepping into a new identity, one that's been waiting for you since the beginning. You're not just a person making choices, you're a force, a light, a divine spark that's igniting something unstoppable. Think about the woman at the well, meeting Jesus in the heat of the day. She came for water, but left with purpose. Her past didn't define her, her encounter with truth did. Your choice today was your encounter, your moment of saying yes to God's call, even if it felt small. That yes is why the heavens are rejoicing. It's why your life is about to shift in ways you can't yet see. This shift isn't about material things alone. Yes, provision is coming, financial breakthroughs, opportunities, connections, but it's deeper than that. God's joy over you is rewriting your story. Where you once saw limits, you'll see possibilities. Where you felt alone, you'll find community. Where you carried shame, you'll walk in freedom. His smile is a promise that the best is yet to come. You're not just chosen, you're commissioned. God's joy today is a call to keep moving, to keep trusting, to keep acting in faith. Every step you take now is building on that moment, creating a legacy that will outlast you. You're not just living for today, you're shaping tomorrow for yourself and for those who will follow your example. Picture Joseph, sold into slavery, betrayed by his own brothers. Yet every hardship was a stepping stone to a palace. His faithfulness, his refusal to let bitterness win, turned a pit into a throne. Your choice today was your refusal to stay in the pit. You chose faith, and that's why God is smiling. That's why your palace is closer than you think. This joy from above is a fire in your bones. It's not passive, it's propelling you forward. You're not meant to stay still, chosen one. Your life is a movement, a dance with the divine, where every step aligns you closer to His plan. The world might try to slow you down, but God's joy is your fuel, pushing you past every obstacle. You're probably feeling it now, a stirring, a sense that something big is coming. That's not just hope. It's the Spirit moving in you, confirming that today's choice was a turning point. You didn't just do something good. You aligned with eternity. You stepped into the flow of God's purpose. And that's why the heavens are alive with joy. Let's talk about what's next. God's smile isn't the end, it's the beginning. Your choice today opened a door, and behind it lies a path of purpose, provision, and power. You're not just walking through life, you're walking through a divine blueprint, one that God crafted with you in mind. Every step you take now is guided, protected, and blessed. Consider Ruth, who chose loyalty over security, stepping into the unknown with Naomi. That choice led her to Boaz, to a legacy, to a place in the lineage of Christ. Your choice today is your Ruth moment, a decision that seems small but carries eternal weight. God's joy is the confirmation that you're exactly where you're meant to be. This is your time, chosen one. The heavens are watching, not just smiling, but cheering you on. Your life is a testimony, a living proof that faith moves mountains, that obedience shifts destinies. You didn't just make God smile today. You made Him proud. And that pride is about to manifest in ways that will leave you in awe. Your story isn't over, it's just beginning. God's joy is a signal that the next chapter is bigger, bolder, brighter than anything you've seen. You're not just chosen, you're unstoppable. The world might not understand it yet, but they'll see it soon. Your life is about to shine with the glory of His purpose. Let's pause here for a moment. If this message is lighting a fire in your spirit, hit that like button to spread this energy. Comment 777 to claim this divine shift in your life. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones stepping into their God-given destiny. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a masterpiece. Every choice you make in faith is like a brushstroke on a canvas God has been painting since before you were born. Today's decision, that moment where you trusted Him, added a stroke of brilliance to that masterpiece. You're not just living, you're creating something eternal, something that reflects His glory in ways the world can't ignore. Think about Moses, standing before the Red Sea with an army behind him and nowhere to go. In that moment, he didn't have a plan, only a promise. When he raised his staff, trusting God's voice, the impossible happened, seas parted, paths appeared. Your choice today was your staff, your act of trust. And just like Moses, you're about to see the impossible become reality. God's joy over you isn't just about what you did today, it's about what it's unlocking. Every faithful step you take is a key turning in a lock, opening doors to provision, healing, and purpose. You're not chasing these things, they're chasing you. The moment you chose faith, you became a magnet for divine favor, pulling blessings toward you with every breath. You're probably wondering what these blessings look like. They're not always what the world expects, fancy cars or big houses, but they're better. They're peace that holds you through storms, wisdom that guides your decisions, relationships that lift your soul. They're moments where you feel so aligned with God's plan that nothing can shake you. Look at Daniel, thrown into a den of lions for his faith. The world expected him to be torn apart, but God saw a testimony in the making. Daniel's trust didn't just save him, it changed a kingdom. Your trust today is doing the same. It's not just saving you, it's shifting the world around you, showing others what faith can do. This is what makes you a chosen one. You don't just survive trials, you transform them. You don't just endure pain, you turn it into purpose. God's smile today is a promise that every trial you've faced, every tear you've shed, is being woven into a story of victory that will echo for generations. Your life is a signal to the heavens, a declaration that you're not here to blend in but to stand out. The world might try to dim your light, but God's joy is your shield, your strength, your guarantee that nothing can stop what He's started in you. You're not just chosen, you're anointed, set apart for a purpose that's bigger than you can see. Let's talk about the fire in your spirit. That choice you made today, it wasn't just a moment. It was a spark. It's igniting something in you, something that's been waiting to burst into flame. You're not just walking through life, you're blazing a trail, leaving a legacy of faith that others will follow. Consider Paul, shipwrecked, beaten, imprisoned, yet never broken. Every hardship only fueled his mission. His faith turned suffering into sermons, pain into purpose. Your choice today is your sermon, your stand, your proof that God's power flows through those who trust Him, and that power is about to overflow. You're not here to play small, chosen one. God's joy over you is a call to rise, to step into the fullness of who you were created to be. The world needs your light, your courage, your faith. Today's choice was a glimpse of what's possible when you align with His plan, a life where miracles aren't just possible, they're inevitable. This is your moment. God's smile is your confirmation that you're on the right path, that every step you take is leading you closer to a destiny so bright it dazzles the heavens. You're not just chosen, you're cherished, celebrated, called to shine in a world that needs your light. If this is speaking to your heart, hit that like button to keep this energy flowing. Comment 777 to anchor this truth in your life. Subscribe to stand shoulder to shoulder with thousands of chosen ones embracing their divine calling. Stay with me, because we're about to explore how God's joy is turning your every step into a miracle. Your faith today didn't just make God smile, it set the stage for a divine performance. Picture a theater, the curtains drawn, the audience of heaven watching. Your choice was the opening act, a moment that hushed the crowd and set the story in motion. Now, the stage is yours, and God is directing every scene, ensuring your life unfolds as a masterpiece of His design. Think about Abraham, called to leave everything familiar for a promise he couldn't yet see. Each step he took was a trust fall into God's arms, a leap of faith that turned a wanderer into the father of nations. Your step today, that moment of courage, was your Abraham moment, a decision to trust the unseen, to follow a voice louder than doubt. This trust is your superpower, chosen one. It's not about knowing every detail of the journey. It's about knowing the one who leads it. God's joy over you is a sign that He's guiding your steps, even when the path feels uncertain. Every choice you make in faith is a brick in the foundation of a life that will stand the test of time. You're not just building a life, you're building a legacy. Your actions today, small as they may seem, are seeds planted in eternal soil. They'll grow into blessings that touch not just you, but your family, your community, generations yet to come. God's smile is the sunlight, nurturing those seeds into a harvest beyond your wildest dreams. Look at Mary, a young girl chosen for an impossible task. She didn't have status or power, only a willing heart. Her yes to God's call birthed a miracle that changed the world. Your yes today is doing the same, birthing miracles, shifting destinies, proving that one faithful heart can move the heavens. This is what God's joy means for you. It's a promise that your life is pregnant with purpose. Every choice you make in faith is a labor pain, bringing you closer to delivering the destiny He's placed within you. You're not just chosen, you're called to birth something extraordinary, something that will outlive you. Let's talk about the weight of this moment. Your choice today wasn't just a step, it was a leap into a divine timeline. God's smile is the confirmation that you're no longer bound by the limits of this world. You're operating in His economy, where lack becomes abundance, fear becomes faith, and pain becomes power. You might feel ordinary, but you're anything but. The world might see just another person, but God sees a vessel, a warrior, a light in the darkness. Your choice today was a declaration that you're not here to blend in, you're here to stand out, to shine, to show the world what happens when faith meets action. Consider Jonah, running from God's call until he couldn't anymore. When he finally obeyed, a city was saved. Your obedience today is saving something. Maybe a dream, a relationship, a piece of your own heart. God's joy is the proof that your yes is rippling through eternity, touching lives you may never meet. This is your calling, chosen one, to live a life that makes God smile, not just today, but every day. To choose faith over fear, truth over lies, love over hate. Every time you do, the heavens rejoice, and the world shifts a little closer to the kingdom. Your life is a testimony, a living proof that God's promises are real. Your story is unfolding, and it's breathtaking. God's joy is the soundtrack, playing over every step you take. You're not just walking through life, you're dancing with the divine, moving to a rhythm only faith can hear. And with every step, you're drawing closer to a destiny that will leave the world in awe. If this message is igniting your spirit, hit that like button to share this fire. Comment 777 to claim this divine moment. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones walking boldly in their purpose. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a living miracle. Every faithful choice you make is like a note in a symphony, each one building toward a crescendo that will echo through eternity. Today's decision was a powerful note, one that made God Himself pause and smile. You're not just playing a part, you're composing a masterpiece, one that resonates with the heart of the Creator. Think about Peter stepping out of the boat onto the water. The waves were high, the wind was fierce, but his eyes were on Jesus. That single step of faith didn't just keep him afloat. It marked him as a man who trusted God over gravity. Your step today was your water-walking moment, a choice that defied the storm and declared your trust in Him. This trust is reshaping your reality. God's joy over you is a force, bending time and space to align with His plan. Doors that were locked are swinging open. Opportunities that seemed out of reach are now within your grasp. Your life is becoming a living proof that faith doesn't just move mountains, it creates them. You're not here to follow the world's script, chosen one. You're here to write a new one that glorifies God and inspires others. Your choice today wasn't just about you. It was about everyone watching, everyone who needs to see what faith looks like in action. You're a living sermon, preaching hope with every step. Look at Nehemiah, rebuilding Jerusalem's walls despite opposition. Every stone he laid was an act of faith, a defiance of doubt. Your choice today was your stone, your stand, your proof that God's vision for you is stronger than any obstacle. And just like Nehemiah, you're building something that will stand for generations. God's joy is your foundation, chosen one. It's the rock you stand on, the strength that holds you up when the world tries to pull you down. Today's choice was a cornerstone, a moment that solidified your place in His plan. You're not just chosen, you're commissioned to build something eternal. Let's talk about the ripple effect of your faith. Your decision today didn't just change your life, it's changing the lives of those around you. People are watching your family, your friends, even strangers, and they're seeing what it looks like to trust God. Your courage is contagious, sparking hope in hearts you may never know. You're probably feeling a shift, a sense that something new is stirring. That's not just your imagination. It's the Spirit moving, confirming that today's choice was a pivot point. You've stepped into a divine flow, where every action aligns with God's purpose, and every step brings you closer to His promises. Consider Deborah, a prophetess who led with wisdom and courage. When she spoke, armies moved. When she trusted God, victories followed. Your trust today is your Deborah moment, a call to lead, to inspire, to show the world that faith is stronger than fear. God's smile is your mandate to keep going. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to live a life that makes the heavens rejoice, to walk in faith when the world chooses fear, to shine when the darkness presses in. Your choice today was a spark, and God's joy is the flame, lighting up your path and guiding you to a future brighter than you can imagine. Your life is a testimony, a living proof that God's promises are real, that His joy is a force that transforms everything it touches. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a light, a beacon, a vessel of His glory. And today, you proved you're ready for that calling. If this is setting your heart ablaze, hit that like button to spread this light. Comment 777 to declare your place in this divine story. Subscribe to stand with thousands of chosen ones embracing their God-given purpose. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a miracle that will echo through eternity. Your faith today was a seed, planted in the fertile soil of God's plan. And His smile, that's the sunlight, the water, the promise that your seed will grow into something extraordinary. You're not just sowing for yourself, you're sowing for generations, for lives you'll never meet, for a legacy that will outlast time itself. Think about Hannah praying through her pain for a child. Her tears weren't just cries of desperation, They were acts of faith, trusting God for the impossible. When Samuel was born, her faith didn't just change her life, it shaped a nation. Your choice today is your Hannah moment, a prayer answered, a promise fulfilled. This seed you've planted isn't ordinary, it's divine, carrying the DNA of God's purpose. Every time you choose faith, you're planting another seed, building a garden of blessings that will bloom in ways you can't yet see. God's joy is the assurance that your harvest is coming, and it's going to be abundant. You're not just a person making choices, you're a co-creator with God, shaping a future that reflects His glory. Your life is a canvas, and every faithful decision is a stroke of divine art. The world might not see it yet, but they will, because God's joy over you is painting a picture too beautiful to ignore. Look at Gideon, called from the threshing floor to lead an army. He didn't feel ready, didn't look the part, but God saw a mighty warrior. Your choice today was your Gideon moment, a step from the ordinary into the extraordinary, a proof that God's call trumps every doubt. His smile is your confirmation that you're ready for what's next. This is your time, chosen one. God's joy is a signal that the heavens are moving on your behalf. Resources are aligning, opportunities are forming, hearts are shifting, all because you chose to trust Him today. You're not just walking a path, you're blazing a trail, one that others will follow. Let's talk about the power of your faith. It's not just changing your life, it's changing the spiritual atmosphere around you. Your choice today sent shockwaves through the unseen, disrupting doubt, breaking chains, declaring that God's promises are true. You're not just chosen, you're a catalyst for divine change. You might feel like you're standing alone, but you're not. The heavens are with you, cheering you on, celebrating every step you take in faith. God's smile is your reminder that you're never alone, that His presence is your constant companion, guiding you through every storm. Consider Elisha, picking up Elijah's mantle. He didn't just inherit a cloak, he inherited a calling, a power, a purpose. Your choice today was your mantle moment, a step into a calling bigger than you, a power stronger than any challenge. God's joy is the proof that you're carrying that mantle well. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to live a life that makes God smile, to walk in faith when the world trembles, to shine when the darkness presses in. Your choice today was a declaration that you're not here to be ordinary. You're here to be extraordinary, a living testament to His glory. Your story is unfolding like a scroll, revealing the divine plan written for you before time began. God's joy is the ink, your faith is the pen, and every choice you make is writing a chapter that will inspire the world. You're not just chosen, you're called to change history. If this message is stirring your soul, hit that like button to amplify this truth. Comment 777 to seal this divine moment in your heart. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones walking boldly in their purpose. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a living miracle that will shine for eternity. Every step you take in faith is a stone laid in the foundation of a divine legacy. Your choice today wasn't just a moment. It was a cornerstone, a marker that you're building something eternal. God's smile is the mortar, holding every piece together, ensuring your life stands as a monument to His faithfulness. Think about Rahab, a woman with a past, hiding spies in faith. Her choice didn't just save her life, it placed her in the lineage of Christ. Your choice today is your Rahab moment, a decision that seems small but carries eternal weight, weaving you into God's greater story. This legacy isn't just for you, it's for those who come after. for the lives touched by your courage, for the hearts inspired by your faith. God's joy over you is a promise that your life will ripple through time, leaving a mark that no storm can erase. You're not just living, you're creating. Every faithful choice is a brushstroke, every prayer a melody, every act of trust a chapter in a story that glorifies God. The world might not see it yet, but they will, because His joy is turning your life into a masterpiece that can't be ignored. Look at Jeremiah, called to speak truth in a world that didn't want to hear it. Every word he spoke was a seed of faith, planted in defiance of fear. Your choice today was your Jeremiah moment, a word spoken, a stand taken, a seed planted that will grow into a harvest of divine purpose. God's joy is your fuel, chosen one. It's the fire that keeps you moving, the light that guides your path, the strength that holds you up when the world tries to pull you down. Your life is a testimony, a living proof that faith is stronger than fear, that His promises are true. You're probably feeling it now, a sense that something bigger is at work. That's not just your heart, it's the Spirit, confirming that today's choice was a turning point. You've stepped into a divine rhythm where every move aligns with His plan, and every step brings you closer to His promises. Let's talk about the weight of your calling. You're not just chosen, you're commissioned to shine, to lead, to show the world what happens when faith meets action. God's smile is your mandate, your assurance that you're exactly where you're meant to be, doing exactly what you were created to do. Consider John the Baptist preparing the way in the wilderness. His voice wasn't loud by the world's standards, but it echoed through eternity. Your choice today was your wilderness cry, a voice of faith, preparing the way for God's glory to shine through you. This is your moment, chosen one. God's joy is a signal that the heavens are moving, that your life is aligning with a purpose so big it shakes the foundations of the world. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a light, a force, a vessel of His eternal love. Your faith is rewriting the story, not just for you, but for everyone watching. Your courage today is a beacon, showing others what it looks like to trust God, to stand firm, to shine in the darkness. God's smile is the proof that your life is a miracle in the making. If this is lighting up your spirit, hit that like button to share this fire. Comment 777 to anchor this truth in your soul. Subscribe to stand with thousands of chosen ones claiming their divine destiny. Stay with me, because we're about to uncover how God's joy is transforming your life into a legacy that will echo forever. Your choice today was a spark, but God's joy is the flame, turning that spark into a wildfire of divine purpose. You're not just walking through life, you're blazing a path, lighting up the darkness with every step. His smile is the wind at your back, pushing you toward a destiny that shines brighter than the stars. Think about Elizabeth, carrying John in her womb despite her age. Her faith turned impossibility into reality, her trust birthed a prophet. Your choice today was your Elizabeth moment, a step of faith that defies logic, proving that God's promises outweigh every obstacle. This fire in you isn't temporary. It's eternal, fueled by the Creator's joy, burning away doubt, fear, and limitation. You're not just chosen, you're anointed, set apart, to carry a light that no darkness can extinguish. Your life is a flame, warming hearts, guiding souls, transforming the world. You're probably sensing it, a shift, a clarity, a strength you didn't know you had. That's God's joy working in you, aligning your heart with His plan, turning your steps into miracles. Every choice you make in faith is another log on the fire, building a blaze that will light up the heavens. Look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, standing firm in the face of a fiery furnace. Their faith didn't just save them, it revealed God's power to a king, a nation, a world. Your faith today is your furnace moment, a stand that reveals His glory, proving that His joy is stronger than any flame. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to live a life that burns with purpose, to shine when the world expects you to crumble, to trust when everything says give up. God's smile is your assurance that you're not just surviving, you're thriving, blazing a trail for others to follow. Your life is a divine wildfire, spreading hope, igniting faith, transforming everything it touches. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a force, a light, a testimony that God's joy is real, that His promises are true. Today's choice was the spark. Now watch the world catch fire. Let's talk about the power of this moment. Your faith today didn't just move God's heart, it moved the heavens. Angels are aligning, resources are shifting, destinies are forming, all because you chose to trust, to act, to stand. His joy is the signal that your life is about to overflow with His goodness. Consider Lazarus, dead for 4 days, yet called back to life by Jesus' voice. His sister's faith, their trust in the impossible, turned a tomb into a testimony. Your choice today was your Lazarus moment, a step out of the grave of doubt into the life of divine purpose. You're not here to live small, chosen one. God's joy is a call to rise, to shine, to show the world what happens when faith meets action. Your life is a miracle, a proof that His promises never fail, that His love is stronger than any storm. You're not just chosen, you're unstoppable. Your story is a fire, burning bright, drawing others to the warmth of God's love. Every choice you make in faith is fuel, keeping that fire alive, spreading its light to a world in need. God's smile is your promise that this fire will never go out, that your life will shine for eternity. If this is setting your soul ablaze, hit that like button to spread this wildfire. Comment 777 to claim this divine flame in your life. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones burning bright for His glory. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a beacon that will light up the world. Your faith today was a seed, but God's joy is the harvest, ready to burst forth in ways you can't yet imagine. You're not just planting for today, you're sowing for eternity, creating a legacy that will bear fruit for generations. His smile is the promise that your harvest is coming, and it's going to be abundant. Think about the boy with 5 loaves and 2 fish, offering what seemed too small to matter. Yet in Jesus' hands, His small act of faith fed thousands. Your choice today was your loaf, your fish, a small act that God is multiplying into miracles beyond your comprehension. This harvest isn't just for you, it's for everyone. Your life touches your family, your friends, strangers who see your light and find hope. God's joy is the sunlight, the rain, the promise that every seed you plant in faith will grow into something extraordinary, something eternal. You're not just a person making choices. You're a farmer in God's kingdom, sowing seeds of faith, hope, and love. Every decision you make aligns with His plan, turning barren ground into a garden of divine purpose. His smile is your assurance that your labor is not in vain. Look at Isaac, sowing in a time of famine. The world expected failure, but his faith brought 100-fold harvest. Your choice today was your sowing moment, a defiance of doubt, a trust that God's provision outweighs any scarcity. His joy is the proof that your harvest is near. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to sow faith in a world of fear, to trust in a God who never fails, to live a life that bears fruit for eternity. Your choice today was a seed, and God's smile is the promise that your harvest will shake the heavens and transform the earth. You're probably feeling it now, a stirring, a sense that something big is on the horizon. That's not just hope, it's the Spirit, confirming that today's choice was a turning point. You've stepped into a divine cycle where every act of faith yields a harvest of blessings, provision, and purpose. Let's talk about the beauty of this moment. Your faith today didn't just make God smile. It set off a divine chain reaction. Blessings are aligning, doors are opening, hearts are shifting, all because you chose to trust Him. You're not just chosen, you're a vessel for His glory, a sower of eternal seeds. Consider Timothy, young and uncertain, yet called to lead with boldness. Paul's encouragement turned his fear into faith, his doubt into destiny. Your choice today was your Timothy moment, a step into leadership, into purpose, into a calling that changes everything. This is your time, chosen one. God's joy is a signal that your harvest is near, that your life is about to overflow with His goodness. You're not just sowing seeds, you're planting a forest, a legacy that will stand tall for generations, proclaiming His faithfulness. Your life is a garden, and every choice you make in faith is a seed that God is watering with His joy. You're not just chosen, you're called to cultivate a legacy, to show the world what happens when faith meets action, when trust meets promise. His smile is your guarantee that your harvest will be abundant. If this message is igniting your spirit, hit that like button to spread this harvest. Comment 777 to claim your place in this divine cycle. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones sowing seeds for eternity. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a garden of miracles. Your faith today was a key, unlocking a door to a divine destiny. God's smile is the light streaming through that door, illuminating a path you were always meant to walk. You're not just chosen, you're called to step through, to claim a future that shines with His glory. Think about Joshua, standing before Jericho's walls. His faith didn't just bring down stone, it opened a nation to God's promise. Your choice today was your Jericho moment, a step of faith that's crumbling barriers, paving the way for victories you can't yet see. This key you've turned isn't ordinary. It's forged in heaven, crafted for your hands alone. Every time you choose faith, you're unlocking another door, revealing more of God's plan for your life. His joy is the confirmation that you're holding the right key, walking the right path. You're not just opening doors for yourself, you're opening them for others. Your courage today is a beacon, showing those around you what it looks like to trust God, to step boldly into the unknown. Your life is a key, unlocking hope, faith, and purpose in a world that needs it. Look at Peter's mother-in-law, healed by Jesus' touch. Her faith turned a moment of sickness into a ministry of service. Your choice today was your healing moment, a step out of doubt, fear, or pain, into a life of purpose that serves others and glorifies God. God's joy is your guide, chosen one. It's the light that shows you which doors to open, which paths to take. You're not wandering, you're walking with purpose, unlocking a destiny that's been yours since the beginning. His smile is the promise that every door you open leads to His glory. You're probably feeling a shift, a sense that new doors are appearing. That's not just your imagination, it's the Spirit, confirming that today's choice was a master key, unlocking a future filled with provision, peace, and power. You're not just chosen, you're unstoppable. Let's talk about the power of this moment. Your faith today didn't just make God smile. It turned a key in the heavens. Angels are moving, resources are aligning, destinies are shifting, all because you chose to trust Him. Your life is a door, and God's joy is the light pouring through. Consider Zacchaeus climbing a tree to see Jesus. His small act of faith opened a door to salvation, not just for him, but for his entire household. Your choice today was your Zacchaeus moment, a step that opened doors to blessings that will touch more lives than you know. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to hold keys forged in faith, to open doors that lead to divine purpose, to live a life that unlocks God's glory for the world to see. Your choice today was a key turned, a door opened, a destiny claimed. Your story is a master key, unlocking not just your future, but the futures of those around you. God's joy is the light that guides your hand, ensuring every door you open reveals His plan. You're not just chosen, you're called to unlock miracles, to set captives free, to shine in a world that needs your light. If this is stirring your heart, hit that like button to share this light. Comment 777 to claim your divine key. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones unlocking their God-given destiny. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is opening doors that will change your life forever. Your faith today was a bridge, connecting where you are to where God wants you to be. His smile is the foundation, the assurance that this bridge is strong, built to carry you into a future of purpose, provision, and power. You're not just chosen, you're called to cross over, to step into a new land. Think about the Israelites, crossing the Jordan into the promised land. Their faith in God's promise turned a river into a path, a barrier into a breakthrough. Your choice today was your Jordan moment, a step of faith that's leading you into a land flowing with divine blessings. This bridge isn't just for you. It's for everyone watching, everyone who needs to see what faith can do. Your courage today is building a path for others, showing them that trust in God can carry them through any river, any storm, any impossibility. You're not just crossing, you're leading. You're probably feeling it now, a sense that you're moving, that something new is on the other side. That's not just hope, it's the Spirit, confirming that today's choice was a bridge to your destiny. God's joy is the wind at your back, pushing you across, ensuring you reach the other side. Look at Naomi, returning to Bethlehem with Ruth. Her faith turned loss into legacy, emptiness into abundance. Your choice today was your Naomi moment, a step back toward God's promise, a bridge to a future brighter than you can imagine. His smile is the proof that you're on the right path. God's joy is your compass, chosen one. It's guiding you across this bridge, showing you where to step, when to move, what to trust. You're not wandering aimlessly. You're walking with purpose, crossing into a land where His promises are your reality. Let's talk about the power of this crossing. Your faith today didn't just make God smile. It built a bridge to a new season. Resources are aligning, hearts are shifting, destinies are forming, all because you chose to trust Him. You're not just chosen, you're called to lead others across. Consider Philip meeting the Ethiopian on the road. His obedience didn't just change one man's life, it spread the gospel to a nation. Your choice today was your Philip moment, a step of faith that's building bridges for others, spreading hope, faith, and love to a world in need. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to build bridges with faith, to cross rivers with trust, to lead others into God's promises. Your choice today was a plank laid, a step taken, a bridge built. God's smile, is the assurance that you're crossing into His plan. Your life is a bridge, connecting the natural to the supernatural, the ordinary to the divine. Every choice you make in faith strengthens that bridge, making it wider, stronger, more inviting for others to follow. His joy is the foundation, ensuring your crossing is secure. You're not just crossing for yourself, you're paving the way for others. Your faith today is a testimony, a proof that God's promises are true, that His joy is real, that His plan is unstoppable. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a bridge, a path, a light. If this message is moving your spirit, hit that like button to spread this hope. Comment 777 to claim your place on this divine bridge. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones crossing into their God-given destiny. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is leading you into a land of miracles. Your faith today was a spark, but God's joy is the fire, consuming every doubt, every fear, every limitation. You're not just chosen, you're called to burn bright, to set the world ablaze with the light of His love. His smile is the fuel, keeping your fire burning, guiding you through the darkness. Think about Elijah calling down fire from heaven. His faith didn't just prove God's power, it shifted a nation's heart. Your choice today was your Elijah moment, a spark of faith that's igniting a fire of divine purpose, burning away everything that doesn't belong in your life. This fire isn't destructive, it's purifying. It's burning away the lies you've believed, the chains you've carried, the fears that have held you back. God's joy is the flame, refining you, preparing you for a destiny that shines brighter than you can imagine. You're probably feeling it, a warmth, a strength, a clarity you didn't have before. That's not just your heart, it's the Spirit, confirming that today's choice was a spark that's now ablaze. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a fire, a light, a force for His glory. Look at the burning bush, blazing yet unconsumed. Moses stood before it, not just seeing a miracle, but hearing a call. Your choice today was your burning bush moment, a fire of faith that's calling you to step into a purpose bigger than yourself, to lead, to shine, to change the world. God's joy is your fire, chosen one. It's the flame that lights your path, the heat that warms your heart, the power that drives you forward. You're not just walking through life, you're blazing a trail, showing others what it looks like to trust God, to burn bright, to live for His glory. Let's talk about the impact of this fire. Your faith today didn't just make God smile, it ignited a blaze that's spreading. Lives are shifting, hearts are warming, destinies are aligning, all because you chose to trust Him. You're not just chosen, you're called to set the world on fire with His love. Consider the apostles at Pentecost, tongues of fire resting on them. Their faith turned a moment of waiting into a movement that changed the world. Your choice today was your Pentecost moment, a spark that's igniting a movement, spreading His love, His power, His joy. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to burn with faith, to shine with purpose, to live a life that sets hearts ablaze. Your choice today was a spark, and God's joy is the flame, ensuring your fire never fades, your light never dims, your purpose never wanes. Your life is a wildfire, spreading hope, igniting faith, transforming everything it touches. God's smile is the wind, carrying your fire further, ensuring it reaches every heart that needs it. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a flame, a beacon, a light for eternity. You're not here to blend in, chosen one. You're here to burn bright, to show the world what happens when faith meets fire, when trust meets God's joy. Your choice today was a spark, and now you're ablaze, a testimony that His promises are true, that His love is unstoppable. If this is setting your soul on fire, hit that like button to spread this blaze. Comment 777 to claim your place in this divine inferno. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones burning bright for His glory. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a fire that will light up the world. Your faith today was a river, breaking through the dams of doubt and fear. God's smile is the current, carrying you toward a destiny of abundance, peace, and purpose. You're not just chosen, you're called to flow with His plan, to bring life to every dry place you touch. Think about Ezekiel, standing before a valley of dry bones. His faith didn't just see death, it spoke life, turning bones into an army. Your choice today was your Ezekiel moment, a step of faith that's breathing life into dead places, reviving dreams, restoring hope. This river isn't just for you, it's for everyone around you, watering parched hearts, nourishing weary souls. God's joy is the source, the endless spring that keeps your river flowing, ensuring it reaches every life that needs its life-giving touch. You're probably feeling it now, a rush, a flow, a sense that something is moving. That's not just your imagination, it's the Spirit, confirming that today's choice was a river breaking free. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a stream, a current, a force of His love. Look at the woman who touched Jesus' cloak. Her faith turned a moment of desperation into a river of healing. Your choice today was your cloak moment, a touch of faith that's unleashing a flood of blessings, washing away pain, doubt, and fear. God's joy is your current, chosen one. It's carrying you forward, guiding you through every twist and turn, ensuring you reach the destiny He's prepared. You're not just flowing, you're flooding, bringing life to every dry place, hope to every weary heart. Let's talk about the power of this river. Your faith today didn't just make God smile. It broke the dams holding back His blessings. Provision is flowing, peace is rising, purpose is surging, all because you chose to trust Him. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a river of His glory. Consider the Jordan parting for Elijah and Elisha. Their faith turned a barrier into a pathway, a river into a road. Your choice today was your Jordan moment, a step of faith that's parting waters, creating paths where none existed, leading you into God's promises. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to flow with faith, to carry life in a world of dryness, to trust in a God who turns rivers into roads. Your choice today was a drop, and God's joy is the flood, ensuring your river never runs dry, your purpose never fades. Your life is a river, watering the earth, reviving the weary, carrying God's love to every corner. His smile is the source, the spring that keeps you flowing, ensuring your impact reaches far beyond what you can see. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a stream, a current, a force for eternity. You're not here to stand still, chosen one. You're here to flow, to bring life, to show the world what happens when faith meets God's joy. Your choice today was a drop, and now you're a river. A testimony that His promises are true, that His love is unstoppable. If this message is flooding your heart, hit that like button to share this current. Comment 777 to claim your place in this divine flow. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones flowing with His purpose. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a river of miracles. Your faith today was a song, rising from your heart to the heavens. God's smile is the melody, harmonizing with your every note, turning your life into a symphony of His glory. You're not just chosen, you're called to sing, to lift your voice, to fill the world with His praise. Think about Miriam, dancing and singing by the Red Sea. Her faith turned deliverance into a song that echoed through generations. Your choice today was your Miriam moment, a note of faith that's joining the eternal chorus, proclaiming His goodness to the world. This song isn't just for you, it's for every heart that hears it, every soul that needs its hope. God's joy is the rhythm, the beat that keeps your song alive, carrying it to ears that need to hear, hearts that need to feel His love through you. You're probably feeling it, a melody, a vibration, a sense that your life is resonating with something bigger. That's not just your spirit, it's the Spirit, confirming that today's choice was a note in His eternal song. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a voice, a harmony, a song of His glory. Look at David, singing psalms in the wilderness. His faith turned loneliness into lyrics, fear into worship. Your choice today was your psalm moment, a song of trust that's rising to the heavens, drawing God's smile, filling the earth with His praise. God's joy is your melody, chosen one. It's the tune that guides your heart, the rhythm that moves your feet, the harmony that binds your life to His plan. You're not just singing, you're proclaiming, filling the world with a song that no darkness can silence. Let's talk about the power of this song. Your faith today didn't just make God smile, it added a verse to His eternal anthem. Lives are shifting, hearts are stirring, destinies are aligning, all because you chose to trust Him. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a voice for His glory. Consider Paul and Silas, singing in prison. Their faith turned chains into choruses, darkness into light. Your choice today was your prison moment, a song of faith that's breaking chains, setting captives free, proclaiming His goodness in the darkest places. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to sing with faith, to lift your voice in a world of silence, to trust in a God who turns songs into salvation. Your choice today was a note, and God's joy is the melody, ensuring your song never fades, your voice never wanes. Your life is a symphony, filling the heavens, stirring the earth, proclaiming His love to every heart that hears. His smile is the conductor, guiding every note, ensuring your song reaches every soul that needs it. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a voice, a harmony, a song for eternity. You're not here to be silent, chosen one. You're here to sing, to proclaim, to show the world what happens when faith meets God's joy. Your choice today was a note, and now you're a symphony, a testimony that His promises are true, that His love is unstoppable. If this is stirring your soul, hit that like button to share this song. Comment 777 to claim your place in this divine chorus. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones singing for His glory. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a symphony of miracles. Your faith today was a light, piercing the darkness with the brilliance of God's truth. His smile is the source, the radiance that makes your light shine brighter, guiding you through every shadow. You're not just chosen, you're called to illuminate, to shine, to show the world His love. Think about the star that led the wise men to Jesus. Its light didn't just guide, it revealed a Savior. Your choice today was your star moment, a light of faith that's pointing others to His truth. shining brighter than any darkness. This light isn't just for you, it's for every soul lost in the shadows, every heart searching for hope. God's joy is the power, the energy that keeps your light burning, ensuring it reaches every corner, every life that needs its warmth. You're probably feeling it, a glow, a warmth, a sense that you're shining brighter than before. That's not just your heart, it's the Spirit, confirming that today's choice was a light switched on. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a beacon, a star, a light for His glory. Look at the light on the hill Jesus spoke of. It wasn't hidden, it shone for all to see. Your choice today was your hill moment, a light of faith that's visible, undeniable, guiding others to His truth. His smile is the proof that your light is making a difference. God's joy is your source, chosen one. It's the power that fuels your light, the strength that keeps you shining, the love that makes your life a beacon. You're not just glowing, you're illuminating, showing the world what faith looks like in action. Let's talk about the impact of this light. Your faith today didn't just make God smile, it lit up the darkness. Lives are shifting, hearts are warming, destinies are aligning, all because you chose to trust Him. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a light for His glory. Consider the light of the Passover, guiding Israel through the wilderness. It wasn't just a guide, it was a promise, a presence. Your choice today was your Passover moment, a light of faith that's leading you, guiding others, proving His presence is real. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to shine with faith, to illuminate a world of shadows, to trust in a God who turns light into life. Your choice today was a spark, and God's joy is the radiance, ensuring your light never dims, your purpose never fades. Your life is a beacon, shining bright, guiding souls, proclaiming His love to every heart that sees. His smile is the source, the power that keeps your light burning, ensuring it reaches every life that needs it. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a star, a light, a force for eternity. You're not here to hide, chosen one. You're here to shine, to illuminate, to show the world what happens when faith meets God's joy. Your choice today was a light, and now you're a beacon, a testimony that His promises are true, that His love is unstoppable. If this is lighting up your spirit, hit that like button to spread this radiance. Comment 777 to claim your place as a divine light. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones shining for His glory. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a light that will illuminate the world. Your faith today was a seed, but God's joy is the soil, nurturing it into a tree of life that will bear fruit for eternity. You're not just chosen, you're called to grow, to flourish, to provide shade and sustenance for a world in need. Think about the mustard seed, small yet mighty. Jesus said it grows into a tree where birds find rest. Your choice today was your mustard seed moment, a small act of faith that's growing into something massive, something that will shelter and bless others. This tree isn't just for you. It's for every weary soul, every heart seeking refuge. God's joy is the nourishment, the sunlight that makes your tree grow, ensuring its branches reach far, its roots dig deep, its fruit feeds the hungry. You're probably feeling it, a stirring, a sense that something is taking root. That's not just your imagination, it's the Spirit, confirming that today's choice was a seed planted in divine soil. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a tree, a shelter, a source of His love. Look at the fig tree Jesus spoke of, bearing fruit in season. Your choice today was your fruit-bearing moment, a step of faith that's producing a harvest, feeding souls, glorifying God. His smile is the proof that your tree is thriving. Your life is fruitful. God's joy is your nourishment, chosen one. It's the soil that holds your roots, the sunlight that fuels your growth, the water that keeps you alive. You're not just growing, you're flourishing, becoming a tree of life that blesses the world. Let's talk about the power of this growth. Your faith today didn't just make God smile, it planted a seed that's growing into a legacy. Lives are shifting, hearts are finding rest, destinies are aligning, all because you chose to trust Him. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a tree for His glory. Consider the tree of life in Eden, a symbol of God's provision. Your choice today was your Eden moment, a seed of faith that's restoring paradise, bringing life to dry places, proving His love is eternal. His joy is the soil that ensures your growth never stops. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to grow with faith, to flourish in a world of scarcity, to trust in a God who turns seeds into trees. Your choice today was a seed, and God's joy is the harvest, ensuring your tree stands tall, your life bears fruit forever. Your life is a tree of life, offering shade, bearing fruit, proclaiming His love to every soul that finds rest beneath it. His smile is the nourishment, the promise that your growth is unstoppable, your impact eternal. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a tree, a refuge, a force for eternity. You're not here to shrink, chosen one. You're here to grow, to flourish, to show the world what happens when faith meets God's joy. Your choice today was a seed, and now you're a tree, a testimony that His promises are true, that His love is unstoppable. If this is rooting deep in your soul, hit that like button to share this growth. Comment 777 to claim your place as a divine tree. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones flourishing for His glory. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a tree of miracles that will stand forever. Your faith today was a flame, kindling a divine fire that God Himself is fanning into a blaze. His smile is the oxygen, fueling your light to burn brighter, hotter, unstoppable. You're not just chosen, you're called to ignite, to set hearts ablaze, to show the world the power of a life surrendered to His purpose. Think about John the Baptist, a voice crying in the wilderness, preparing the way. His faith wasn't just a shout, it was a fire, burning through doubt, clearing a path for the Savior. Your choice today was your wilderness moment, a flame of faith that's clearing the way, burning away lies, lighting up the truth for all to see. This fire isn't just for you, it's for every soul shivering in the cold, every heart lost in the dark. God's joy is the wind, carrying your flame further, ensuring it warms those who need it most. Your life is a torch, a beacon, a fire that no storm can extinguish, no shadow can dim. You're probably feeling it now, a heat, a surge, a sense that something unstoppable is rising within you. That's not just your spirit, it's the Holy Spirit, confirming that today's choice was a spark that's now a wildfire. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a flame, a torch, a light that burns for His glory. Look at the pillar of fire that led Israel by night. It wasn't just a guide, it was a promise, a presence, a proof of God's faithfulness. Your choice today was your pillar moment, a flame of faith that's guiding you, leading others, proving His presence is always near. His smile is the fuel that keeps your fire burning. God's joy is your strength, chosen one. It's the power that keeps your flame alive, the heat that drives you forward, the light that pierces every darkness. You're not just burning, you're blazing, showing the world what it looks like to live in the fire of His love, to shine with His purpose. Let's talk about the reach of this fire. Your faith today didn't just make God smile. It ignited a blaze that's spreading beyond you. Lives are warming, hearts are igniting, destinies are shifting, all because you chose to trust Him. You're not just chosen, you're called to set the world ablaze with His glory. Consider Elisha, calling down fire to consume the sacrifice. His faith didn't just prove God's power, it silenced doubt, humbled kings, changed a nation. Your choice today was your Elisha moment, a flame of faith that's consuming fear, proving His power, changing the world around you. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to burn with faith, to blaze in a world of shadows, to trust in a God who turns sparks into wildfires. Your choice today was a flame, and God's joy is the wind, ensuring your fire never fades, your light never dims. Your life is a wildfire, spreading warmth, igniting hope, proclaiming His love to every heart it touches. His smile is the fuel, the promise that your flame will burn forever, reaching souls you'll never meet, changing lives you'll never see. You're not here to flicker, chosen one. You're here to blaze, to show the world what happens when faith meets God's joy. Your choice today was a spark, and now you're a fire, a testimony that His promises are true, that His love is unstoppable. If this is setting your soul ablaze, hit that like button to spread this fire. Comment 777 to claim your place in this divine inferno. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones burning bright for His glory. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a fire that will transform the world. Your faith today was a river, flowing from the heart of God into the dry places of your life. His smile is the source, the spring that keeps your river moving, bringing life to every barren place it touches. You're not just chosen, you're called to flow, to nourish, to revive a world thirsting for hope. Think about the river Ezekiel saw, flowing from the temple, healing everything it touched. His faith didn't just see water, it saw life, restoration, abundance. Your choice today was your Ezekiel moment, a river of faith that's healing wounds, reviving dreams, restoring what was lost. This river isn't just for you. It's for every parched soul, every weary heart, every life desperate for renewal. God's joy is the current, carrying your river further, ensuring it reaches every dry place, every thirsty spirit that needs His touch. You're probably feeling it, a flow, a rush, a sense that something is moving through you. That's not just your heart, it's the Spirit, confirming that today's choice was a river breaking free. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a stream, a current, a source of His life-giving love. Look at the Jordan, parting for Joshua's faith. It wasn't just a river, it was a promise, a path to the promised land. Your choice today was your Jordan moment, a river of faith that's parting obstacles, creating paths, leading you into God's promises. His smile is the proof that your river is flowing strong. God's joy is your source, chosen one. It's the spring that feeds your river, the power that keeps it moving, the life that flows through you to others. You're not just flowing, you're flooding, bringing renewal to every dry place, hope to every weary heart. Let's talk about the reach of this river. Your faith today didn't just make God smile, it unleashed a flood of blessings. Lives are being restored, hearts are being revived, destinies are aligning. all because you chose to trust him. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a river for his glory. Consider the woman at the well, meeting Jesus and finding living water. Her faith turned a moment of shame into a ministry of life. Your choice today was your well moment, a river of faith that's quenching thirst, spreading hope, proclaiming his love to a parched world. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to flow with faith, to bring life in a world of dryness, to trust in a God who turns rivers into roads. Your choice today was a drop, and God's joy is the flood, ensuring your river never runs dry, your impact never fades. Your life is a river, watering the earth, reviving the weary, carrying his love to every corner. His smile is the source, the promise that your flow is unstoppable, your reach eternal. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a stream, a current, a force for eternity. You're not here to stand still, chosen one. You're here to flow, to bring life, to show the world what happens when faith meets God's joy. Your choice today was a drop, and now you're a river, a testimony that his promises are true, that his love is unstoppable. If this is flooding your heart, hit that like button to share this current. Comment 777 to claim your place in this divine flow. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones flowing with his purpose. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a river of miracles. Your faith today was a song, rising from your soul to the heavens. His smile is the melody, harmonizing with every note, turning your life into a symphony of his glory. You're not just chosen, you're called to sing, to lift your voice, to fill the world with his praise. Think about Miriam, singing by the Red Sea after deliverance. Her faith turned freedom into a song that echoed through time. Your choice today was your Miriam moment, a note of faith that's joining the eternal chorus, proclaiming his goodness to all who hear. This song isn't just for you, it's for every heart that needs hope, every soul that needs lifting. God's joy is the rhythm, the beat that keeps your song alive, carrying it to ears that need to hear, hearts that need to feel his love through you. You're probably feeling it, a melody, a vibration, a sense that your life is resonating with something bigger. That's not just your spirit, it's the Spirit, confirming that today's choice was a note in his eternal song. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a voice, a harmony, a song of his glory. Look at David, singing psalms in the wilderness. His faith turned pain into praise, fear into worship. Your choice today was your psalm moment, a song of trust that's rising to the heavens, drawing God's smile, filling the earth with his glory. His joy is the proof that your song is heard. God's joy is your melody, chosen one. It's the tune that guides your heart, the rhythm that moves your feet, the harmony that binds your life to his plan. You're not just singing, you're proclaiming, filling the world with a song that no darkness can silence. Let's talk about the power of this song. Your faith today didn't just make God smile. It added a verse to his eternal anthem. Lives are shifting, hearts are stirring, destinies are aligning, all because you chose to trust him. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a voice for his glory. Consider Paul and Silas, singing in prison. Their faith turned chains into choruses, darkness into light. Your choice today was your prison moment, a song of faith that's breaking chains, setting captives free, proclaiming his goodness in the darkest places. This is what it means to be a chosen one, to sing with faith, to lift your voice in a world of silence, to trust in a God who turns songs into salvation. Your choice today was a note, and God's joy is the melody, ensuring your song never fades, your voice never wanes. Your life is a symphony, filling the heavens, stirring the earth, proclaiming His love to every heart that hears. His smile is the conductor, guiding every note, ensuring your song reaches every soul that needs it. You're not just chosen, you're called to be a voice, a harmony, a song for eternity. You're not here to be silent, chosen one. You're here to sing, to proclaim, to show the world what happens when faith meets God's joy. Your choice today was a note, and now you're a symphony, a testimony that His promises are true, that His love is unstoppable. If this is stirring your soul, hit that like button to share this song. Comment 777 to claim your place in this divine chorus. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones singing for His glory. Stay with me, because we're about to see how God's joy is turning your life into a symphony of miracles. Beloved chosen one, God's smile over you today is more than a moment. It's a divine declaration that your life is His masterpiece. Your faith, your courage, your trust, they've woven a story that echoes through eternity, a testimony that His joy is your strength, His love your foundation, His purpose your destiny. You've stood in places others would flee, trusted when doubt screamed louder, loved when the world chose hate. That's why God smiled. That's why the heavens are rejoicing. Your life is a canvas, a song, a fire, a river, a living proof that His promises never fail, that His joy transforms everything it touches. Now, step forward with boldness. Your choice today was a spark, a seed, a note, a key, and God's joy is turning it into a wildfire, a harvest, a symphony, a legacy. You're not just chosen, you're called to shine, to flow, to sing, to grow, to be a force that changes the world. So walk in this truth, chosen one. Let His joy be your guide, your strength, your song. The heavens are smiling, and your life is about to shine brighter than ever. Keep trusting, keep shining, keep singing, because God's joy is your promise that miracles are already here. If this has set your heart on fire, hit that like button to spread this light. Comment 777 to claim your divine destiny. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones walking boldly in His purpose. May God's joy overflow in your life, turning every step into a miracle, every moment into a testimony. You are blessed, you are seen, you are loved,